Hey, what is going on guys, Danny here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys some gameplay of the Forza Motorsport 6 Apex beta and talking about how it performs on my system, which has some mid-level enthusiast hardware. When I had first heard the announcement that Microsoft decided to bring this Xbox exclusive to the PC, I honestly could not contain my excitement. If you've been following me for a while now, you'll know that I had mentioned that I used to game a lot on my 360 aside from the PC. And the Forza series was something I really enjoyed. This game runs quite well on my PC, which has an Intel Core i5 6600K which has been overclocked to 4.6 GHz, paired with 8 GB of DDR4 memory clocked at 2800 MHz. For our graphics card, we have an MSI Radeon R9 390 running at a graphics core clock of 1060 MHz and 1525 MHz to the VRAM. So here you can see the settings that I've configured when running this game. I'm running this game at full HD resolution 1920 by 1080 with pretty much all of the settings turned up to the max and the MSAA quality at 2x. At this resolution along with these settings, the game runs beautifully. I don't ever see the game below 59 FPS, and for the most part it's bouncing around between 65 to 75 FPS. So therefore, you can expect a really smooth and stutter-free experience from these settings. And if all you were interested in was 1080p gaming on this hardware, then you'll have absolutely nothing to worry about. I would also like to mention and give a shout out to AMD for releasing game-ready drivers on May 5th. I'm loving the consistency of their driver work now, and they've definitely stepped it up within the past year. Thumbs up from me to them. Alright, so moving on to 1440p, with pretty much the same settings except for the MSAA quality being changed to dynamic, I end up getting almost the same experience that I did at 1080p. The average frame rate I noticed was around the low 60s and not dropping below 59.xx, thanks to the dynamic performance target. This means that for those of you who are interested in getting a rock solid 60 FPS, but still want the visual enhancement of a higher resolution, then you can definitely achieve that. For a racing game like this, a consistent frame rate of at least 60 FPS is definitely a requirement, as anything below that can really spoil the fun and ruin the gameplay. This game looks absolutely stunning. The maps look great, the cars are very detailed, and overall the rest of the environment has a really nice polish to it, from the glare on the windshield to the raindrops and puddles. I would have also loved to show you guys some 4K gameplay on this hardware, but I couldn't because one of the recommended system requirements for gaming at 4K is 16 GB of system memory, and unfortunately I don't have that in my system. I definitely think that this system is capable of obtaining a playable experience at 4K, with some compromises of course in the video settings. So I'm not sure as to why they limited the players from choosing these desired settings. I mean, many other game developers will recommend 16 GB of RAM and an i7 for 4K gaming, but they don't necessarily deny you from choosing those settings. So hopefully in the final game they remove those restrictions, because I would have totally loved to see how my system's performance will be at 4K. Other than that, I don't really have any other complaints with the game. I think it's a phenomenal port, and it's definitely a step in the right direction from Microsoft. And it isn't a disaster like Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Moving away from gaming on the Xbox completely, because I have no interest in getting an Xbox One, there were 3 games I really missed, and those games were Halo, Gears of War, and Forza. Now out of the 2 I mentioned, Forza and Gears, they're here for the PC now, and I'm sure Halo will be following in their footsteps, even though Microsoft says otherwise for now. I did enjoy playing games like Project Cars and the Grid series for the PC, but I honestly felt like they couldn't replace the excitement I had experienced from the Forza franchise. Another thing I want to mention was that I really enjoyed this series because I've been so used to the game's mechanics and physics, so coming back to the familiar territory really helped and reinforced the thrill I've had playing this game. Well guys, that pretty much wraps up what I had to say in regards to Forza's performance on my PC. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative, then hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Are you going to be downloading Forza so you can play it? And if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, then hit that subscribe button. I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.